How's everybody doing? Man, this pedal, Iron Cobra pedal. Now, if you have seen me talk about this pedal before, I should probably clean it a little bit, but anyway. So obviously, if you know Iron Cobras, you're looking at this and saying, what's different about this? Something, I've never seen that before. I This is the one I use. This is my workhorse pedal. I use this during the school year, playing hundreds of thousands of hours on this pedal. And Normally with Iron Cobras, I don't like this kind of these kind of columns. The normal one I use is the 900 that has two screws on. I'm looking down here at them and they're installed here. Two screws on the top, so you could take this bar off. When you have little Allen keys like that right there, I have another video where I talked about. That's actually not one. I'm sorry, right there. I had another video where I talked about my initial discovery with these kinds of pedals, and when you play around with them, you risk cracking the column there with the Allen key screw. So, having done that with one of my other pedals, I discovered that actually the old Iron Cobra pedals, right, like this one. The old Iron Cobra pedals translate, they're completely compatible with the 900 series. So I put the old columns because I really love this new hinge plate system. It's flawless, it's robust. There's really, there's really nothing to say about it bad. It doesn't make any noise. It's smooth. It's just awesome. It's awesome. This is my workhorse pedal. I've literally put thousands of hours on it. And the strap, I've been through so many variations of this pedal. Originally it was Power Glide, Rolling Glide. The ones I'm using at home here, Rolling Glides, but the one I've changed them since the strap, but and the one at my workhorse pedal obviously is a strap. Why? Well, because it's not about speed here. There are a lot of players out there that talk about speed, and a lot of young players, a lot of old players, but a lot of young players like the new generation with blast beats and progressive playing, a lot of 60th note bass stuff, where speed is of the utmost importance, and that's not what I'm about. I want to feel the pedal under my foot. I want a pedal that just feels awesome, that feels good. When I play it, it makes me want to play. I'm not interested in speed. I am of the school that believes that feel is the most important thing. And from that, once you can feel it, that's the correct stepping stone to move on to everything else you want to play. So the reason I have the strap here is because it's actually lighter than the chain. Okay. The Rolling Glide and the Power Glide, I don't like the Power Glide. It's kind of it's a way of cheating through your initial hits, but it creates. I have another video about that. It creates kind of a second step to learn pocket playing with the Power Glide. I went to the strap. Now the strap only comes with this kind of form. which is not a rolling glide. So you do have to learn this. It's not automatic. I love rolling glides. If any of you know the Camco pedal, that's like my bread and butter pedal. I love it. I've since then put that aside because I wanted to just learn about this baby. And this is like an 18-wheeler truck that kind of behaves like a Corvette. But here is the awesome thing I just did with this pedal. Now, so this is completely becoming a complete hybrid kind of pedal. I'm mixing all kinds of stuff with this pedal. These columns, obviously, now that you know, are not the original columns with the 900 series. Put the floorboard on it, but you should already, any 900 series players will know that I've done something different with this pedal. This whole system here, I love. This used to be the 900 series where they had another link here which allowed this to kind of flawlessly move back and forth. There was another link here, not a ball bearing, but another loop, a metal circle that allowed it to kind of seamlessly move. And I found that it actually made me feel less the pedal. So I took it off and I went back to the original Tama Cobra system, which this is just great. See that right there? That is, I just put this on this pedal. That is what Tama's come out with called the Cobra coil. Now, I did it on my own. I didn't buy it. To buy it cost maybe $26, 26 euros here in Europe. I have a spring in my shop, and there's a hole over there, right there, on this plate. And if there wasn't, I could have drilled it. And I put one in. And lo and behold, it actually works really well. Check it out. So if I do this, I'm going to press on this pedal. Watch what happens. Did you see that? Let me do it again. What's going on there? The Cobra, the spring is at the very bottom. That's where the hole was, so I opted to just do it there instead of drilling another hole and putting it in the middle. But it's at the very bottom, which is cool because I like to play where like the meat of the pedal is anyway, so that works out for me. But check it out. And this is not like some kind of, edited fake film or whatever. I'm just going to take my finger, push on it, and you'll see, notice right here what happens. Let's move it. There it is. You hear it. So what does that mean? What's going on? What's going on is that the pedal, this part here, because of the spring, is coming back up faster than this spring is pulling the cam back into position. That translates to feel. That's one of the large problems with all pedals today. And I've tried a ton of pedals. You can have like the prog players saying all their trick pedals and their direct drive pedals and all that stuff. The weight of the beater, of the cam, whether it's strap, direct drive, or chain, the cam weight itself, right, this part, which I have another video where I very, uh, very precisely explained the weights of all of those. And to a non-drummer, they'd be like, why are you wasting your time with this? Here's the finale. This pedal, because of the spring, it comes up faster than this spring is pulling it up. What does that mean? That means that when I press down and I lift up my foot, the pedal will always be under my foot. Why is that important? Because if you have a fast foot, which I do, which I've practiced to have, and you double tap, triple tap, you do syncopated patterns, those don't work well if your pedal is not under your foot. You will find yourself double tapping and the beater not moving. And it's very frustrating. So hence why Tama came out with the Cobra coil, because they understood this. Well, I made it myself. You can see it if I hold it still. You can even hear it. Right? So it's coming back faster than the beater is rebounding. Now, you might say, well, yeah, but that means that you're going to lay into it and the beater's not going to be there, because if the pedal's here and I lay into it, then it moves, so now I have a timing issue. No, because when I'm doing that, the spring here pulls it back enough, pulls the beater back enough, but coupled with the coil that's down here, now I have a really good feel under my foot. The plate is coming back feels like it's sticking to my foot, and whatever I do, it reacts to. All with the silence of a strap, all with the wonderful feel of a strap, and the amazing hinge plate of the Iron Cobra 900 series. So if you have a spring and you're a little handy, there should be a hole under here. Put it in. It took me a second to tighten it up. You're going to need at least 2 wrenches, 2 pliers, a washer, a bolt that fits that size. It's not too big, that keeps the spring in place. And it'll take some time, about 5-10 minutes, to tighten it down. And there it is. You can even hear it. So what's happening is this is coming up, this is rebounding back, and then it's dropping down on the cam. Now, again, that's not going to happen when you actually play it, because the beater is never going to find itself in this position once you start playing. It's always going to be here, if I'm going da-dum, da-dum, dum, da-dum, dum, it's never going to fall back this far. So that space is not a big deal. It's not even going to happen. What I'm concerned about is the fact that this pedal stays under my foot. Try it out. I think you're going to love it.